And hello and welcome to another video. Now I just wanted to let you guys know that I bought a new camera. So the new camera is the G7X. It's actually a Panasonic camera, the one that I used to have before. I actually used to have two cameras. One camera, the one that I actually sort of filmed in most of the time, was the Canon G7 or something like that. It was just like a little point and shoot camera. The other one was Canon 5D Mark III, which is a really good, pretty expensive camera, but it didn't really, I couldn't really do as much as I can with the new one that I bought. Now, actually the new one that I bought is about $500 or something like that. So it's literally about 1/5 of the price of the one that I had before. But yeah, seems to serve me quite well, provide some really good images. The G7X is quite small in comparison to 5D Mark III, so it means that I can take it with me and all that sort of stuff. The lenses, I bought a Pro Series lens, which I thought was really good. It's a 12 to 40 millimeters. It's not image stabilized, unfortunately, so I'm not going to be grabbing the camera and running around anytime soon, although I am looking at perhaps getting a gimbal of some description. Although for the type of stuff that I do, I don't see why I need it right now, but I might sort of do some more stuff in the future, so we'll see how we go with that. Yeah, so just wanted to let you guys know that yeah, got a new camera. And why did I get it? A couple of reasons. I wanted to sell the one that I have, and when I buy the new one I would have leftover money, which then I can invest in other things like lights and stuff like that. Now, one thing that's prevented me from making videos continuously is the fact that I come home from work really late, and when I try to make some videos, the light is obviously sort of gone. I usually leave when it's dark and I come home when it's dark, and when you try and make videos at home, if you don't have lights, it becomes really dull. So yeah, I didn't really sort of I didn't really have any equipment to really do that with, and I do want to. So there's a lot of videos where I don't need to be in the garden. I want to do a little bit more scientific videos for the channel, which can pretty much be done anywhere. And you can't really do those without having a video that's well lit, essentially. So I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to get myself some better microphones. The good thing about this camera is that it autofocuses. So if I'm sitting here, I'll be in focus. I just kick the tripod. So if I'm sitting here, I'll be in focus, and that's it's something that I couldn't do with my 5D Mark III. So a really expensive camera, which when I sold even second hand, it was like $3,000 with all the accessories and stuff. You really couldn't do that, so I was only using it for B-roll footage, which, yes, to me seemed useless. So now I've got the new lens on the G7, and I've got a microphone on top of that. The functionality that I have, which I didn't have before, was autofocusing. I don't really use my small camera as much. I'll probably end up using that if I go somewhere and I need to pack really light. Yeah, so that's pretty much why I sold the big one. It's just really to be able to invest a little bit more on equipment that isn't just for filming, but it makes the filming a lot easier, and it helps produce a better image at the end of the day. So I'll try and perhaps play around with some settings. I'll play with some looks in videos and so forth. So the next few videos might be pretty interesting until I sort of get the hang of things. If you've got any questions around getting a cheapish camera for filming, especially if you're trying to start your own YouTube channel, just put them in the comments below, and I'll try and answer as many of those questions as I possibly can. So the one that I have, just to sort of let you know, I've got the G7X, Panasonic G7 with Olympus 12 to 40mm lens, f2.8 Pro Series. I'll put all of this in the description, all the camera gear that I have. It's just easier than me trying to sort of yell it out in front of the camera. I don't really even have it written down. So yeah, so I hope that in the future, or pretty soon, once I get these lights in, I can start making videos at night when I come home, and hopefully we have a bit more of a scientific orientation to this channel, because it's quite nice knowing and planting the plants that you plant, but it's also good knowing sort of what benefits do you get from those plants, especially like carrots that have a lot of, let's say, vitamin A, or the greens that have a lot of vitamin C. You want to know a bit more about the plants that you plant and the reason why you're planting them, and what's the reason. I mean, bare minimum, if you don't even know a reason, you can just say, buying all these plants, I'm going to stick them in my garden just so I have fresh vegetables. That's all well and good. In all honesty, for an average person, that might be fine, but we're different, so we want to let's learn a little bit more if we can. And especially if you're going to be planting crops in your garden that you want to perhaps get a lot more value of, then we can see, what actually do you get a lot more value of planting in your garden versus sort of buying it in a market or something along those lines. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and we'll try and get some more videos out pretty soon. Thanks, bye.